and Rickey Smiley Morning Show. We got Yolanda Adams this morning.
News headlines,
entertainment, sports. It's the front page on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, y'all, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. 23 minutes after the hour, got your front page right here. Maria, good morning.
Good morning, Ricky. The front page is being brought to you by Gain. If your laundry is longing for a scent that's seriously irresistible, you got to try Gain Flings detergent. Good morning, RSMS family. Here's what's happening in news. Another mass shooting has claimed the lives of 3 innocent black people. The tragedy took place on Saturday at a Dollar General store in Jacksonville, Florida. The gunman, a 21-year-old white man named Ryan Christopher Palmeter, carried out the shootings with an AR-15 style rifle. Here's a clip from Sheriff T.K. Waters at yesterday's press conference.
This is a dark day in Jacksonville's history. Any loss of life is tragic, but the hate that motivated the shooter's killing spree adds an additional layer of heartbreak. There's no place for hate in our community, and this is not Jacksonville.
Now,
or our nation. And that's coming from all of the rhetoric from the governor of Florida, the former president of the United States, or whatever. And I find it interesting that this happened right after Donald Trump and all of his criminal friends was indicted in Fulton County. Right. And that's a result. And they do it all the time, and he was a coward. But I wish he would have killed himself first. And they dogs. They low down, rotten, racist dogs, and I can't stand them. And I mean that, and I don't take that back. I don't give a damn. I'm so mad about that. I saw a congresswoman on MSNBC was doing an interview and broke down and started crying. It was just hurtful that the governor of Florida is just hate black people like you do, trying to erase our history, hate our existence, and that's why they act the way they act, because they feel comfortable doing it. It's okay. It's okay. They make it okay for them to do stuff like that. And then everybody want to gather and march and protest. You better get ready and get ready to protect yourself. So something like that happened, you could take one of them out. I ain't lying. I'm mad about that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very emotional time. I mean, as you can imagine, the victims were identified as 52-year-old Angela Michelle Carr, 29-year-old Gerald Gallion, and 19-year-old Analt Joseph A.J. Laguerre Jr. Now, prior to the shooting, Ricky, the gunman had been turned away from the campus of Edward Waters University, which police say was his intended target. We know that is an HBCU. And you talked about Governor Ron DeSantis. Well, he was met with boos when he addressed the community at a press conference. And he said, we'll be discussing ways that the state of Florida can help, and he promised that no one will target HBCUs.
Why don't you denounce my ass? Why don't you denounce white supremacists?
Yeah,
white supremacy.
Yeah.
How about
at the press conference? Yeah,
that's what he said.
No, he didn't. He did not do that.
Exactly.
He was very vague. His language was very vague. But we'll be talking more about this inside What's Trending. I'm Maria Moore, and that's your leading front page story. For more news and updates, visit RickeySmileyMorningShow.com. Rock T, what you got in sports?
What's up there, Maria? Simone Biles was back in action this past weekend and won the U.S. Gymnastics Championships. That's her record 8th championship. Welcome back, Simone. World Track and Field Championships also wrapped up over the weekend in Budapest, and the mighty U.S. of A. won the most medals, 11 gold, 8 silver, 8 bronze, highlighted by Noah Lyles, who walked away with 3 gold medals, the 1 in the 100, 1 in the 200, and, of course, the 4x100-meter relay. That's never been done since Usain Bolt. Last but not least, Sha'Carri Richardson was an absolute superstar. Showed the world she is here to stay. She got the gold in 100 meters. She got the bronze in the 200 meters. And she anchor-legged the 4x100-meter relay to gold, man. The U.S. men also won both the 400-meter relay and the 4x4. So congratulations, the USA are in good hands getting ready for the Olympics in less than 1 year. What up there, Gary?
All right, y'all. Gabrielle Union and her wonderful husband, Mr. Dwayne Wade, y'all, they say are definitely known for doing so much work, y'all, to lift up and fight for the rights of minority groups. Now they're saying that the couple's latest venture was inspired by their beautiful 4-year-old daughter, little Carvia. Now it's being reported, y'all, for the Dwayne and his wife, Ms. Gabrielle, are now doing a skincare line for kids. It's called Proudly, guys. It's a skincare line designed for babies and kids with melanated skin, and it was unveiled back in April of 2022. And they're saying the kids of color can be more prone, y'all, to skin conditions like eczema, hyperpigmentation, and dryness. And they're saying proudly says they need extra special stuff for their extra special skin. So congratulations to Dwayne and Gabrielle and their new skincare line for kids. All right, the color today is one of my favorite colors. My color today, y'all, is Fire Desire.
Coffee.
Who?
Yep.
You.
Why I need coffee?
Wake up.
Ricky, they told me to get this done in a second. So the color today, y'all, is Fire Desire. On the high end, you say Fire Desire. And on the low end, you say Beautiful Orange. That's your color for today. Brad, what you got coming up in the hot spot?
Coming up next in the hot spot, would you hang from the ceiling with piercings in your back? Wait till I tell you who will up next. It's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show. The hot spot.
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
So hot
And that's hot.
You can catch me at the hot spot. It's the BR18.
All right, the Rickey Smiley Morning Show, 29 before the top of the hour. Time for the hot spot. What up, Brett?
What up, Ricky? Good morning, everybody. I'm your girl, Brad Tat Tat, and this is the hot spot where we bring you music, movies, and more. So let's get off into it. Oh, man, our beloved host of The Price is Right, y'all, Bob Barker, passed away from 1972 to 2007. He did The Price is Right. He passed away at the age of 99, so he had a long life. 99 is a good age to make it to. His people said it is with profound sadness that we announced that the world's greatest MC who ever lived, Bob Barker, has left us. His agent actually wrote that. Bob Barker died of natural causes in his Hollywood Hills home. In addition to his role as an Emmy-winning game show host, Barker also appeared in the 1996 film Happy Gilmore, starring Adam Sandler. Sandler took to Instagram on Saturday to pay tribute to Barker. He said, "The man, the myth, the best. Such a sweet and funny guy to hang out with. Love talking to him. He will be missed by everyone I know. Thanks for all you gave us." So we all gonna miss Bob Barker. I don't think anybody in our age bracket will ever forget him.
Even though I thought he'd been dead. But,
I thought he passed away too.
I thought he'd been
And
dead.
then black people talking about going too soon. trying to be funny on the
They wrong
slide.
for that.
You know what? I can't. Stupid.
Jesus.
Well, y'all all know the aerial stuff that Pink be doing in her shows, right? She be flying through the sky all across the whole stadium and arena. Well, Miguel did her one better. Maybe a little grosser and kind of disgusting a little bit, and looks very painful. During his album release party in L.A. on Friday night, he performed a song called Rope while hanging above the stage from hooks in his back.
Oh, man.
Super
Hanging
Dave,
above-
ain't you into stuff like that?
Uh-oh.
He sure is.
Yeah, I like that. What's wrong with
Really?
that? Yeah.
Hooks in his back.
Oh, my.
In his skin.
Seriously, y'all, he had his back pierced and was suspended by hooks that went through his skin. He was up there for about 4 long minutes. Miguel's new album is called, fittingly enough,
that's crazy.
Viscera, 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 and that means soft organs of the body, and it doesn't have a release date yet.
but
Keep the
Miguel
skin
kinda
tight.
Keep the skin whatever. That is
But he kind
crazy.
of like Samoan. They do Samoans, man. They I don't know if they have rituals or something like that. But yeah, I can see Miguel doing that.
I don't. Okay. Well, we're going to wrap up the hot spot on that dumbass note, doing that. Coming up next, we got Rock T's joke of the day. Rock T, what we going to do? Is it going to be funny today?
Why you say it like that? Like, oh, Lord. Like,
It is, because it is never funny, Rock T.
of course it is.
It used to be funny in the beginning years. Now it's just gotten more and more stale. Come on, let's try today. Let's do good.
Everybody
I'm rooting
loves it.
for you, Rock T.
Let's go.
Rooting for you, Rock T. All right, y'all. Time now is 26 minutes before the top of the hour. It's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
I say this with great regret. It is about that time for Rock T's Joke of the Day.
Joke of the day.
All right, let's go.
A skeleton walks into a bar. What did he order with its beer?
What did he order?
A mop. Come on, Rick.
You get it, Brett, because he don't have a stomach. So when he drank the beer gonna hit the floor.
No, oh my God,
He's a
that
skeleton,
was
remember?
But it don't
He's a
matter.
skeleton.
Come on, Brad.
that is
You don't get-
no, oh my God.
It's not a joke.
Yeah, he said a mop. Because when he drank the beer, It's gonna just.
Remember, Ricky, what you said. If you gotta explain it,
Break that thing down, Rick.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's worth explaining. Get it, Brett. Brett,
No,
listen.
if you got to explain it, it ain't funny. If I'm still trying to figure it out,
Skeleton
Maybe
walks
y'all
into
slow.
a bar.
Well, maybe
you slow.
Y'all, go ahead, Rock.
Maybe you dumb because the joke
A
was.
skeleton walks into a bar, Brett. What did he order with its beer?
What did he order, Rock T?
A mop.
Now, Roxy, I have a good
I'm
memory.
with all the shenanigans. I'm with it today.
You've done. I have a good memory. You got on Gary last week, but you've done that one before.
I
so
thought he did,
I
too.
remember that one.
I thought he
so,
did too. Mm-hmm, yeah.
Oh, wow.
You're talking about recycled tea. That's a recycled joke.
Don't recycle no jokes, man, especially
Maybe
if they
we should have
stale.
laughed.
So
Then.
maybe y'all should have laughed the first time. When y'all don't laugh, we're going to keep doing it. Hey, Rock, when they don't laugh at your joke, recycle them. Bring them back. Sometimes they'll get the joke on the second time. Bring them
That's a
back.
lie. We'll never get it.
Not
Nah,
that one,
don't
baby.
worry about it. We'll do it again next week. You going to get it.
I think, Maria, I think you're confusing my knock-knock mop joke with that one.
No, I remember the mop in the bar. I remember it all. It
Brett,
wasn't
what
funny
you got?
then. It still ain't funny now. Oh, go ahead.
What up, Ricky? So a 51-year-old man named John McKee got arrested in Indiana the other day for driving under the influence. But the story is what he was driving. A cop pulled him over around 9 p.m. on Wednesday when they saw him driving down the street in a Power Wheel. What is a Power Wheel?
Little toy cars.
Shut up. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
This happened in Vincennes, Indiana, right on the border of Illinois. Lord have mercy. They haven't released a photo of it, but it was a Power Wheel Jeep. Oh, my God. Shut up.
Hey, Brett, I got two of them in the garage.
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
my God. I'm going to need one of
I got
them.
a red one and a pink one and a Ford F-150 one.
I need one of them.
You're going to have them. They're going to be lined up in there.
Not a fleet. A fleet
sir.
of them. Oh, my God. So the cop noted that the Power Wheel was hard to see because it didn't have any lights or reflectors. So, again, just to be clear, not street legal, okay? He got arrested after he failed a sobriety test. Then they tested him at the hospital, and he had meth in his system. So, yeah, he was on some methamphetamines. He's facing charges for operating a vehicle while intoxicated. A vehicle, and the punishment could be stiffer than usual because he has a previous conviction for it, too. So, wow.
Yeah,
He's been driving this Power Wheel a few times.
they're going to have to stop charging it up.
I added a battery to my son's when he was little, so it went a little bit faster than the normal.
Wow, for real?
Oh, wait a minute. If that's all you have to do is add a battery to make them go faster.
Yeah, they come with like little 6-volt batteries. You can add like a 12 or a 24-volt battery.
Shut up.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
My son was smoking down the street.
Boy, you done saying something then.
You done told her, well, we can work on him and spruce him up.
Yes,
what?
sir. You can add lights, too.
Okay.
What? I'm about to go I'm about to go fix my grandkids' powered Jeeps up. Yeah, they got 2 Jeeps and a Ford F-150. Boy, I'm finna line them babies up. Boy,
Yes,
I can't
sir.
wait. Thank you for the idea, man.
Already.
Hey, appreciate that, Brett. All right, y'all. More Rickey Smiley Morning Show coming up.
There's a young lady going around telling my friends and her friends that I ghosted her after our first date, which is absolutely true. However, I feel like the full truth needs to be said. And first, I have to say that she was absolutely gorgeous, wonderful personality, and had the voice of an angel. But her breath smelled like horse ankles and responsibility. I would rather rejoin the military, tear gassed every single day for 1 month, than to endure smelling whatever was stuck behind your throat. If you're my friend or her friend, I hope you're watching this and find some sympathy on my side of the story.
Horse ankles. Breath smell like a horse ankles.
He said he'd rather join the military and get
Tear gassed. That's a funky mouth.
And rock. And they playing the songs. I was like, Ooh.
Like
with all them there, playing them song with all them vowels in there, pushing that breath out. Ooh.
That is funny.
Hold it. He's half man, half woman. It's Gary. I wanna hip you to the teeth. It's Gary, baby.
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, America. Good morning to you. It's Monday, a beautiful, beautiful day in the neighborhood. Actress Eva Marcel, she filed for divorce, y'all, from attorney Michael Sturton after 5 beautiful years of marriage and 2 children together. Now, they're saying that the divorce is final and both are leaving, y'all, with what they came with. Now, according to Radar Online, they're saying per the deal, both parties waived their right, y'all, to alimony or spousal support. Now, in addition, Eva did not ask Michael, y'all, to pay her child support, and they're saying records show that the two both pulled in over $30,000 a month in income. Now, they're saying the parties agreed that each has ample income and assets to support the children in their respective homes. Now, according to the parties agreed that neither shall pay direct child support to the other. Now, they understand that the two worked out a private custody arrangement. Now, both were awarded their own respective bank and retirement accounts. Now, in regard to the property, they're saying that Eva was awarded her beautiful $1 million home in Georgia, which was purchased by herself back in 2019. And they're saying that the reality star was awarded all the furniture in the mansion, and they're saying the settlement noted that Michael had moved out of the home and removed any personal properties inside. Now, Eva agreed to turn over any cars in Michael's name, and he will do the same. Now, the parties, y'all, covered their own legal fees according to the deal, and, now it is officially over, y'all. So hopefully and prayerfully.
Need to be a model as to how people need to execute and operate when they get a divorce, because they got kids to raise and they're just two respectful adults adulting pretty much, because I mean, sometimes relationships and marriages don't work out. We know both of them, we love both of them, and we wish them the best, because at the end of the day they're gonna be together forever because they got kids to raise. My and I'm not making it about me, but just the fact that my kid's mom bought our granddaughter over yesterday, packed the bag, sent videos, calling, text, and making sure she's straight or whatever. Her and her husband dropped her off, and we have a great, wonderful relationship, and that's what it's all about. What's in the best interest of the kids?
Exactly. So congratulations to them. All right, moving on in other celebrity news, y'all. This is the kind of sad story, y'all. Back in June, there was a rumor popped out that Khalees had been dating comedian Bill Murray after he was spotted backstage at a show in London. Well, now it's been reported, y'all, they claim that the romance is over. Now they're saying a whirlwind romance between Hollywood titan Bill Murray and singer Khalees has ended after 2 beautiful months, y'all. Now they're saying a source told the Sun that it was 44-year-old Khalees who called it quits, y'all, with Bill 72. They're saying, but the age gap duo first linked in June, honey, did not have any almighty role, they said, and plan to maintain a friendship. They're going to stay friends, Ricky. Now,
got tired of him going to sleep at 6:30.
I guess she did. They said the source said Khalees and Bill were and still are very fond of each other, but things just ran their course. They said, quote, the both have busy schedules after a whirlwind romance decided to go their separate ways. They hope to remain friends, Johnny, but also plan to get on with their lives.
He's sitting backstage at an 8-ball MJG concert,
Okay.
smiling and trying to be optimistic, smiling, looking around like, yeah, it's okay, it's nice.
Yes, Lord.
He got tired of that.
I guess he was tired of her milkshake too, so I don't know, honey. But nevertheless, they definitely is over. And in my final story, y'all, congratulations to Keke Palmer, y'all. She and Darius Jackson had a public, dust up, y'all. After, they said, he tried to clown at Usher's concert. Well, now it's being reported, baby, Keke had her man at her 30th birthday party the other day. They were smiling and having a great time, and Lil Leotis was nearby. And they're saying that's all water under the bridge now. So leave Keke and Darius alone. They are in love, and there's nothing that we could do about it. So congratulations, Keke and Darius, y'all. All right, the color today is one of my favorite colors. My color today, y'all, is Fire Desire. On the high end, you say Fire Desire, and on the low end, you say Beautiful Orange. That's your color for today.
Fire and Desire.
All right, y'all, give it up again with the team. All right, y'all, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. I got the wake up call. Get at me, 866-9-RICKY, 866-9-RICKY.
Wake up, wake up, wake up. It's time to get yourself together. The Izzy woke you up this morning, slid you in your house. Shoes up with be bad.
from Raleigh, North Carolina, telling everybody to wake up. Greenville, South Carolina, wake up, wake up, wake up. Renee Gowan, Janice Young Brown, and Ella Gibson. Wake up, wake up, wake up.
It's Curtis calling from Leonard, Louisville. I like to wake up Leonard, Bam, Boo, and Sean. Wake up, wake up, wake up.
My name is Essie, telling Pamela, Rachel, Kenny, John, James. Y'all wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up.
Wake up, wake up. If you listening on your radio. Gang of cities tuned in, lock in. What's yours? Cause we gon' let them know. Let them know we in Portland. Wake up. Wake up. And Charlotte. Wake up. Wake up. And Raleigh. Wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Come on, Baltimore. Wake up. In Nashville. Wake up. Indianapolis. Wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up.
Aren't y'all the same as me about you buy?
Create a moment with your kid with Go-Go Squeeze Fruit on the Go pouches. A nutritious snack made from 100% fruit. Make every moment together count and squeeze out the best with Go-Go Squeeze.
Hit it. Hey, this guy about to bring to the show this morning won the Nipsey Russell lookalike contest in the face.
We started early, huh, boy?
Joining us this morning, y'all please help me welcome actor, comedian, my good friend, former roommate, Earthquake.
What up, one rib? Look at you, fake creature. Let me tell you something. Boy,
Hey, Rock.
That wake-up call got me so going, I want to wake up somebody else's kid. Get up and go.
Okay, get up, let's go. Hey, boy, hey, Quake, man, we always happy to have you on the show. Hey, Rock.
Yeah, man.
You should have heard us sitting up in the apartment many nights just roasting, just nonstop after leaving the strip club.
Hey, Earthquake, this is your time to share to the world something that most of us may not know about Rickey Smiley, man, from back in the day. Give us something, man.
Man, I am the first person who took Rickey Smiley to a strip club, and he was in there with his Bible. He went from there, from looking at those beautiful sisters to playing the organ for Sister Helma. He's the only man went from backsliding to saved to backsliding to saved in the same hour. That's what y'all don't know about it.
Hey, Brad, he ain't lying. He ain't lying. Hey, when you had that box, that Jeep Cherokee, I was driving back to Birmingham because I had to go play out of church and then come back and we do a comedy show and then go back to Magic City.
Go back to Magic City. Talking about bless you, sisters. Bless you, sisters. Bless you, sisters. Y'all are doing the Lord's work.
Hey, man, we happy to have you on the show, Quake, man. First of all, congratulations on your Netflix special. I think Dave Chappelle produced it, man. It was funny as hell. And so I mean, what? How did that come about, Quake? And then what did your numbers look like? Because I know you was killing it because everybody was talking about your Netflix special and how funny it was.
Well, I heard one of the highest retained Netflix specials ever. That's when somebody watching the special till it all the way in. One of the hottest of all time. Dave Chappelle told me that. The president of Netflix told me that. Matter of fact, shout out to Dave Chappelle, man. Just left his thing last week. He sold it out 5 straight nights at Madison Square Garden, celebrating his 50th birthday party.
Man.
Yes, man, it was beautiful. It gave you something, us such as ourselves, something to shoot at. Also, me and him had talked and collaborate. I will be doing another Netflix special with
Let's go.
Dave Chappelle coming to we're going to put it in there and get it done, man. You know how it is, Ricky. We started together. We still together. This is a marathon, not a sprint. I tell all comedians, man, just keep grinding, keep God first, man, and stay sucker free and things will be good. And let these comedians know, Ricky, we are comedians. We're not rappers, man. We out here to spread jokes, not the rest of this stuff that some of them are doing, man. So let's have a good time. I look forward to it, man. I'm so proud of you and your one rib. You're still doing well. I can see you gaining weight. You know, that Dick Gregory starting to, it's really starting to get you in. You've been using it for 40 years. Shout out to Dick Gregory, he gone, but you still eating a little bit. You got a little belly now, so we can't call you steady. You look like one of the little babies from Africa that used to be over there. Give $1 to Rickey Smiley. You know what I mean? So
hey, Quake. I always do this. I said the only comedian that I fight straight up is Marvin Dixon. That's the only comedian my side that I lock up with. Everybody else I ain't messing with. But me, I tease Marvin about. Hey, Quake, turn the music off right quick. We got to go back. Special K is not here. I think he intentionally not came on the show. now that night Special K came on stage.
Yeah.
He had a horrible night. It was quiet. And Special K said it was so quiet you could hear the dishes in the back. And he went up. He said, "What happened that night? Take us back, Quake."
Well, Special K dropped more bombs. I mean, it was terrible. I looked him in the face and said, Special K, we have more comedians like you. You're going to turn my club into a check cashing joint. This is not your calling, bro. I don't know what you're supposed to be doing, but you shouldn't be over here killing black people. Because this is an opportunity for black people. You are doing the Klan's work. Because you are killing black business. You know we call him Black Wall Street Killer. Because he was killing all the business for comedians up and coming. Wasn't nothing special about him. Wasn't nothing, not a K, a L, a middle P, Z, nothing. Wasn't no special about it.
Hey, Quake, we won't let it go. We talk about it almost every day, dog. Oh, hey, Quake, let us know where you going to be performing coming up.
Oh, man, thank you very much. This weekend, man, I am headlining. Of course, I'm a headliner, but I am coming into home to the harbor at the MGM in Washington, D.C.
Yes,
it's
sir.
sold out, man. I'm coming home at the MGM with Live Nation. We'll start to do my big tour with Live Nation overseas in Europe and Amsterdam. So things are going good. But I had to talk to you because I ain't talked to you in a while. And keep doing your radio show, man. Because if you ain't listening to Rickey Smiley in the morning, why do you have a radio?
Message.
Hey, man. Hey, I love you, man. All the way from the Spiral Gyra in Carrollton, Georgia. That's where we met. At the Spiral Gyra in Carrollton, Georgia. I think Quake was getting 150. I got 125.
Carrollton.
And I think, yeah, man, that's where we met. We was performing. They had us performing up in a corner in a restaurant like Applebee's. It wasn't even no stage. It's just a mic.
Is that place still there, y'all? Is it still there?
Nah. It's been closed for years, but that's where we met. We talk about it all the time. And we talk about that time me and him and Monique had to split $250. We went to Crystal's and got some Crystal's burgers and went back to Earthquake Apartment to play Nintendo. That white Jeep. That white Volkswagen Jetta.
Yeah.
With the white windshield. Y'all make sure y'all check out my boy Earthquake coming to the MGM, y'all. Hey, y'all. Hey, love you, man. More Rickey Smiley. Yes, sir. More Rickey Smiley Morning Show coming up. Where is Black Tony?
Black Tony is where he at. Y'all.
Okay, Darius.
Yes.
Darius. Hey, y'all gonna have to work this out, bro. Come on, man.
And I did work it out. Do you see how confident I'm sounding? Do you see my spirit? Can you hear me? You don't know what this supposed to be about today. You ain't all you think about is that job.
Darius.
Yeah.
Darius. All that sound good, Darius, but guess what? You're not here at work. Filling in for your boy.
But let me tell you what does sound good, because and so maybe it can help you. You so concerned with everything else. You know what is good? When you look at why I ain't there, I ain't been there, and I've been calling in. Yes. Okay, I ain't been there. I ain't showed up. I ain't walked through the door. All that. Yes. I get it. We talked about that. But let me tell you what happened. But I am humbled, and maybe this is for us, and maybe God is trying to humble everybody else through me. You don't know, because you know what? We need to start talking about what I don't have. Okay, I don't have a good attendance record, but guess what else I don't have? You should be thanking God for what. Guess what? Some people out here without thumbs. Could you imagine having a thumb? See, you need to humble yourself. Everybody think about what they got and what's going on. It could be worse. Me not showing up for work every day, how bad is that? I mean, really, how bad is it? People out here struggling, Ricky, and don't even know that they still blessed.
So what do people without thumbs have to do with you not filling in for Black Tony?
This is because of maybe a message from a higher power. Could you imagine being a hitchhiker and don't have a damn thumb?
I ain't never thought about that.
This is about looking at things as better. You have to find the good in things, Ricky. You can't. It's some good in me not coming to work, because how did I not? Let me start showing up for work. Who you gonna call about not showing up then? Who you gonna call this? You have to think about that. So you have to think, Ricky. It's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff. People have to. Can I just say this? Can I say this?
Hey, Derek, that was deep. Now you got me on that one. Now run that by me again. Run that by me again. If you would have came, now say that again.
If I could, right now, as we're on this phone, as beautiful as this interaction is, it would not exist. I just merely followed what you all and everybody else want me to do. By showing up for work, we don't get to interact like this. And then who you going to call? Ghostbusters? I mean, you have to understand.
Let me tell you how you know you're walking into bad daycare. When you walk in there, you see number car seats lined up. Let me tell you why. Those kids are just getting dropped off, and they don't know who's picking them up. I like how white people are. It's the truth. Y'all better stop awing and do something about it. It's the truth. So the kids get dropped off. You know how strong a little boy got to be to hold his own car seat? You 3 years old. All right, mama, take care. The school not even open yet. He just chilling. How y'all doing? Hey. She must have had a job interview or something. Golly. He know hey, Marvin, I'm outside. He know the janitor name. Marvin, little Larry here. Could you open the door, please?
That's comedian Howie Bells.
Hold it. He's half man, half woman. It's Gary. I wanna hip you to the T. It's Gary, baby.
Gary has the tea and the color of the day. Gary.
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, America. Good morning, you. It's Monday, a beautiful day in the neighborhood. And here's what's happening in celebrity news, y'all. Blac Chyna, baby, this girl is finally speaking out. She is suing Tiger, y'all, for joint custody and child support under their child. Now, they're saying, y'all, that Tiger is telling Blac Chyna, baby, to keep the same energy that she's had for the past decade after she sued for child support and full custody of their son. Now, according to Radar Online, I've taken Blac Chyna's petition y'all to determine parental at least relationship. Now they're saying the model requested joint custody and child support on July the 22nd for their 10-year-old son, King Cairo. Now the documents did not disclose the amount of the requested child support payments, but they say all they know is that the model wants the court to consider what would be in the best interest of the child, y'all. Now they're saying, quote, in addition, the petition noted the court may make orders for support of the children and issue an earning assignment without further notice to either party. Now, if you recall, y'all, they're saying that the 33-year-old honey scoffed at the socialite, that's Tiger, at the audacity and left a telling comment under the Shade Room's post 10 years later, stick to your schedule, Saturday to Monday, he wrote, which caused Chyna, honey, to reply with a simple LOL. Now, what's his name? Rob Kardashian, he only paid Chyna $37,000. I think it was a year, and Tiger said he paid $40,000. But you remember at one point,
a year or a month?
I think it was a year. It was a year, if I'm not mistaken. But he said that remember at one point, China didn't want anything. She said she didn't want nothing from them because they weren't paying their bills and stuff. So she said she didn't want nothing. But now, she said, Ricky, she had to get rid of 3 of her beautiful cars. And she had to, change her lifestyle, she said. So, so now it's time for them to go ahead on and give us some child support and stuff. That shouldn't have been nothing nice for. But they were saying, well, we pay for the child's schooling and insurance and all that other stuff. So we're going to see how this all turns out, though, because she has 2 kids for 2 wealthy guys. So they should be able, to help out with the child support. All right, moving on in other celebrity news. I don't know if Rock T talked about this or not, y'all, but it's been reported that Bronny James, he was diagnosed, y'all, with congenital heart failure. Now, they're saying that LeBron James' son was reportedly born with a congenital heart defect that can be treated. Now, they're saying the 18-year-old suffered that sudden cardiac arrest during basketball practice at the University of Southern California back in July, y'all. So they say he was discharged from Cedars-Sinai Medical Center and has since postponed his first semester.
We got to write that down so when Dr. Collier come on, Gary, we can ask him exactly what that is and how can it be prevented.
Yeah, and you hear about it all the time. You hear people suffer from it.
Well, what is it if you know what it is? Because you were in the nursing
It's from
school.
birth. Congenital means you have it from birth.
Yeah, it was,
yeah.
from birth. Yeah,
okay.
It's from birth.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So but we can still ask Dr. Collier about it more in depth and find out about it. And in my final story, y'all, a lot of people, y'all, Rick, I don't know if you heard about this on the kind of raving. The Biden administration, y'all, they're saying he honored chest feeding month. Now they're saying, y'all, that the Biden administration,
He ordered what?
He honored y'all chest feeding month. Now they're saying y'all that the Biden administration sent emails y'all to the U.S. Customs and Border Protection employees to remind them y'all that August is National Breast Chest Feeding Month. Now according to the CDC, they're saying chest feeding is a term used by many masculine identified transgender people to describe the act of feeding their baby from their chest, regardless of whether they have had chest or top surgery. Now they're saying that the masculine identified transgender people are offended by the term breastfeeding. So they're saying some email recipients complain that the Biden
Man, they do. Okay, go ahead, Brad. What you finna say?
Ain't no milk.
But ain't no milk, right?
I don't know, Ron T, but this is what President Biden did, and everybody's excited about it. They say, quote, we can get the messaging on breast chest feeding awareness month, and we can get policy editing that refers to pregnant
I'm
employees.
ignorant. I just need to know I know what breastfeeding, but what is chest feeding? What is it?
It's a pacifier.
Maybe it means skin to skin.
Yeah,
because men do that too when the baby.
Maybe it's when they, if you don't have real breasts or whatever, and you're trans or something, you can use an apparatus and it's still simulating as if it's breastfeeding, but it's chest feeding. Because if it's, I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out.
Listen,
too.
but this is what they said. They said, according to the CDC, that's the Center for Disease Control, they said chest feeding is a term used by many masculine identified transgender people to describe the act of feeding their baby from their chest, regardless of whether they have had chest or top surgery. They're saying masculine identified transgender people are offended by the term breastfeeding.
What, Gary?
They said masculine identified transgender people are offended by the term breastfeeding.
Now, why are they offended by that?
So if you're if you're a man who identifies as a woman and you still have the anatomy of a woman, you don't want your breast to be referred to as breast. You want to call it chest, even though you have it. Yeah.
But so we can't. I mean, are they mad about them saying breastfeeding?
Yes, that's what they said. They mad about it. Don't be calling
it is breastfeeding. If a woman have a baby, what?
Well,
it. Okay.
Well, technically, your breast is on your chest, so.
The color of the day, honey, is one of my favorite colors, honey. The color of the day, y'all, is Fire Desire. On the high end, you say Fire Desire, and on the low end, just say Beautiful Orange. That's your color for the day.
It's just getting to be too much because the day I'm sitting up here watching the Seattle Seahawks play a game and see one of the football players over there chest feeding the baby while he's sitting over there waiting for the defense to go back in. I'm gonna be done with the NFL, man. They're doing too much. They take his helmet on with a wing attached to it. I'm getting tired now. Enough.
It's just a lot to keep up with, you know?
It's hard. You can't, you add a letter every 3 months.
Ricky!
You're offended at everything somebody said. Now you're talking about chest feeding. He's sitting up here, a grown-ass man sitting in the middle of Redbird Mall with his chest in the baby mouth. And he's sitting up here looking like Shannon Sharp with some lipstick on. I'm getting tired now. That's enough.
Talk to your president.
I hear jumping in the
Oh, stop it, dog. Shannon Sharp.
Yeah.
7'4" minute bowl with a dress on. Slamming on everybody.
You need to be playing with a ball.
And he running over there. And he got it. Man.
The Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
It's the front page news.
It's what's trending now.
We got a lot going on this morning. A Northwest Jacksonville community is grieving and trying to figure out how to move forward as a federal hate crime investigation is underway because a white gunman with a swastika branded assault rifle killed 3 black people at a Dollar General store in Jacksonville, Florida. And the names of the victims of the lives that were taken by this horrific shooting was Angela Michelle Carr, age 52, Anoke Joseph
Legary
Jr. At age 19, and Gerald Gallion, age 29.
I'm sorry. Yeah. Now the gunman was identified as 21-year-old Ryan Christopher Palmer, and he left behind racist writings and used racial slurs. Jacksonville Sheriff T.K. Waters said he was armed with an AR-15 style rifle and a handgun, both legally purchased, and targeted black people as he opened fire inside the store, according to the sheriff.
And on the ground in Jacksonville from our affiliate Hot 99.5, please welcome Devon Buckner. Devon, good morning, man. Thank you for joining us this morning. Give us an update on what's going on in Jacksonville on the ground.
Good morning, Ricky. First off, thank you for having me. I definitely wish this was under better circumstances, but the city of Jacksonville is shocked right now, myself included. We're still trying to just process that these types of thoughts and feelings are even in our community. I want to reiterate that does not reflect the people that are here, but there is ignorance everywhere. And it's sad. It's shocking. There's an open wound on the city right now, and we are just trying to understand and move past this because, as you said, 3 individuals, black souls, that were killed for no reason, simply because of the color of their skin. And we know that Ryan Palmer, he had hatred in his heart, and he was very intentional about what he did. I mean, he approached EWU first and was kicked off of the campus, essentially, and went to the Dollar General as his backup. He even recorded a TikTok video. So there was no question about his intent there. And it's even more insult to injury because this occurred on the 5-year anniversary of the landing mass shooting that occurred that same day at a Madden video game tournament. And he was aware of that. We believe that that was one of his main reasons for choosing that day to attack. So it's a crazy thing to comprehend. This is something that you see on national news and never think that it could really happen in your city. And here we are. So we're just trying to move through this trauma, and we appreciate all the prayers for the families involved.
Oh, man.
I'm
go ahead.
sorry. I was going to ask, what can we and the rest of the country do to help?
Well, as I mentioned, the prayers and the thoughts are very welcome and necessary, but we need action. Call on your local and federal governments, speak with your political leaders, because there is an attack on the children and the black community and minority communities in America right now. So we ask that if you are listening, if you're trying to get involved, first you can also donate to the GoFundMe, but call on your political leaders. We need to take action on this because enough is enough.
Hey, man, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Let everybody know, Devon, how can you be followed?
You can follow me on Instagram at dev.radio. You can follow our Hot 99.5 page at Hot 99.5 Duval on Instagram. Feel free to reach out to us.
There it is, y'all. Hey, more Rickey Smiley Morning Show coming up.
The Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
It's the front page news.
It's what's trending now.
We got a lot going on this morning. A Northwest Jacksonville community is grieving and trying to figure out how to move forward as a federal hate crime investigation is underway because a white gunman with a swastika branded assault rifle killed 3 black people at a Dollar General store in Jacksonville, Florida. And the names of the victims of the lives that were taken by this horrific shooting was Angela Michelle Carr, age 52, Anoke Joseph Legary Jr. At age 19, and Gerald Gallion, age 29.
I'm sorry. Yeah, now the gunman was identified as 21-year-old Ryan Christopher Palmer, and he left behind racist writings and used racial slurs. Jacksonville Sheriff T.K. Waters said he was armed with an AR-15 style rifle and a handgun, both legally purchased, and targeted black people as he opened fire inside the store, according to the sheriff.
And on the ground in Jacksonville from our affiliate Hot 99.5, please welcome Devon Buckner. Devon, good morning, man. Thank you for joining us this morning. Give us an update on what's going on in Jacksonville on the ground.
Good morning, Ricky. First off, thank you for having me. I definitely wish this was under better circumstances, but the city of Jacksonville is shocked right now, myself included. We're still trying to just process that these types of thoughts and feelings are even in our community. I want to reiterate that does not reflect the people that are here, but there is ignorance everywhere. And it's sad. It's shocking. There's an open wound on the city right now, and we are just trying to understand and move past this because, as you said, 3 individuals, black souls, that were killed for no reason, simply because of the color of their skin. And we know that Ryan Palmer, he had hatred in his heart, and he was very intentional about what he did. I mean, he approached EWU first and was kicked off of the campus, essentially, and went to the Dollar General as his backup. He even recorded a TikTok video. So there was no question about his intent there. And it's even more insult to injury because this occurred on the 5-year anniversary of the landing mass shooting that occurred that same day at a Madden video game tournament. And he was aware of that. We believe that that was one of his main reasons for choosing that day to attack. So it's a crazy thing to comprehend. This is something that you see on national news and never think that it could really happen in your city. And here we are. So we're just trying to move through this trauma, and we appreciate all the prayers for the families involved.
Oh,
I'm
man. Go ahead.
Sorry. I was going to ask, what can we and the rest of the country do to help?
Well, as I mentioned, the prayers and the thoughts are very welcome and necessary, but we need action. Call on your local and federal governments, speak with your political leaders, because there is an attack on the children and the black community and minority communities in America right now. So we ask that if you are listening, if you're trying to get involved, first you can also donate to the GoFundMe, but call on your political leaders. We need to take action on this because enough is enough.
Hey, man, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Let everybody know, Devon, how can you be followed?
You can follow me on Instagram at dev.radio. You can follow our Hot 99.5 page at Hot 99.5 Duval on Instagram. Feel free to reach out to us.
Oh, man, that's crazy. And I'm just disgusted this morning. We also got Attorney Ben Crump. Ben, good morning, man. Thank you for joining us.
Hey, good morning, Ricky. I certainly wish it was under better circumstances, Brad.
Yeah. Hey, Ben. First of all, thank you for everything that you're doing, man. How are people still allowed to purchase assault-style rifles like this that's just mowing down black folks? Ben, what's going on? And do you think that a lot of this has to do with the rhetoric that with people like Trump, DeSantis, and people on the crazy right wing tie the two in, Ben?
Absolutely, Rickey Smiley. This has everything to do with this white supremacy rhetoric that is being spewed by our national leaders, and it's a shame that we call them national leaders, but they're in fact representing half of the ideology, half of the thinking of America, because we have to remember that Donald Trump got almost 150 million votes people who were, condoning this racism and this rhetoric. And then you think about Ron DeSantis, who is every other word out of his mouth is a dog whistle for white supremacy.
Absolutely, Ben.
I have all these people on social media and on the internet. I mean, these journalists talking about white replacement theory. That's why you have all these young white boys going shooting up black communities like we saw in Buffalo, and now we see it in Jacksonville, Florida. And Rickey Smiley, this is shocking. This is the 470th mass shooting in the United States of America. So it's about gun control and it's about white supremacy. It's a fatal dynamic, a fatal combination. And we have to be careful in our black communities because these young white racists like Dylan Roof and all of them are trying to come to our community and have a mass shooting and then try to go down in history as some kind of celebrated white supremacist hero.
Yeah. I mean, it was really disgusting to see DeSantis at that press conference. It seemed like pandering when he referred to the gunman as a scumbag. How important is it for him and the other Republican candidates to call it what it is, call it racism, to call the shooter a racist? How important is that?
It's very important, and it's more important that they are held accountable for their words. The state representative who challenged him publicly, this sister should be saluted because she is saying when they challenged him in the Florida legislature, he is so petty and vindictive, and all the Republican leaders, that they moved her to the basement with the rats of the state capitol to punish her, to say, you can't speak out for, things that oppose this weak dictator, as the state representative down in Orlando, Florida called him, because that's what he is. Anytime somebody's talking about we are going to make it mandatory to teach black children and children in the state of Florida that slavery had positive benefits for your ancestors, and then try to act like he don't have blood on his hands when these white supremacists answer his dog whistle, is just hypocrisy. And we have to call them out at every level, and that's why I keep suing them over and over again. But it's going to take more than that. We got to get out, and we got to vote people like him out of office.
Yeah, you're doing better than me, because my whole mindset ain't right, because I think the only thing a damn dog understand is you hit him in the pocket or you get some damn blood. And I swear I'm for folks protecting themselves. I got a whole Malcolm X theory or whatever. I don't give a damn about no march or whatever. And then he's a coward, and then he go and kill himself. He should have killed himself first or whatever. I wish all of them go ahead and put a damn bullet to their own skull before they go out and try to mow down innocent people that haven't done anything to them. And you hate us because of our existence. Ron DeSantis and Donald Trump and all of their voters and constituents and whatever you want to call them are just outright racist. They hate our existence. That's why you got all these Karens out here and white people threatening black people for just existing, for sitting in Starbucks, for taking a nap, for going to work every day, for delivering a package or whatever. It's like, man, they hate us. They hate for the color of our skin and not the content of our character. And I tell you, Ben, I have to use a lot of restraint, bruh, on this show, big bro. I mean, being like for real, because I got something inside of me, man, that I just absolutely resent them. I resent them. I'm sorry.
Well, you know what, Ricky? I feel your pain, because we all have those moments. We have to make sure we are using that pain to motivate us to go out with a purpose. And the purpose is we got to wake up every morning early like they do and stay up late as they try to oppress us and they try to kill our children's future. We got to fight back with everything we have. What do I mean, Ricky? I think about what we're doing in Buffalo, where we're suing these internet providers, because I want to investigate this matter in Jacksonville, too. You know, the white boy in New York was talking on the internet with other people about how he was going to do it. And they have a responsibility to monitor the hate speech that's going on in their companies. I'm scheduled to talk to the family of Jerry and Gallon, the young man who was 29 years old, who left a 4-year-old daughter in this world, who his only crime was being black and at the wrong time walking into the Dollar General 4 blocks away from Edward Waters College with his girlfriend. He was shot and killed immediately. And then the white racist, young white supremacist tried to shoot his girlfriend, but she ran and he was a bad shot. And he missed her, and she escaped through the back of the store. I mean, it's just tragic. She's one of the main witnesses. She called with his family last night talking about the tragedy. And so one of the things we try to do with all this pain and frustration that we feel, we try to transform that into a purpose to try to prevent some of these tragedies from happening. Like in Buffalo, we represent those 10 black families, those senior citizens who were killed by that white supremacist, and we filed a lawsuit against the internet company. We filed a lawsuit against the gun manufacturer, because these gun manufacturers will sell guns to anybody, and we know that these Republican lawmakers keep having these laws that say anybody can get a gun. But this boy had been Baker acted, Rickey Smiley. That meant he had mental health issues, and we know that's the one thing they said. If a person got a mental health issue, you're not supposed to be able to sell a gun to them.
Ben, I'm finna do like we do at the frat house. I'm finna argue. Ben, I don't give a damn what he got. It's a lot of. I'm not saying that. You know, we frat brothers. We get on the phone and we argue all the time. I just want the folks to know what our relationship is. You one of my best friends on this earth, and one of my favorite frat brothers. Ben, I don't give a damn what he got. He has sense enough to get a damn gun and go and mow down black people. And I want to get to a point in this country, Ben, regardless of the laws we've had, that they scared to try it, because there's going to be some repercussion. Because I tell you what, Ben, if you kill excuse me, because I have my 9-month-old granddaughter, and it's just me and her. I had no choice this morning in babysit, so you might hear noise in the back. It ain't Brett, it's me this time. But if you kill mine, I'm going to jail, or I'm going to die killing them. And I mean it. I'm not marching. I'm not asking for no GoFundMe. I'm not asking for nothing, because I'm tired of it. Because, see, Dr. King also said, if you ain't willing to die for something, you ain't fit to live. And damn it, I'm tired of it. I'm tired of these white supremacists and these white racists. I hate them. Now my pastor going to have to call me and get me to calm down. He fret also, or whatever. I'm killing them, Ben. If they mess with me and mine, they dead. I'm gonna go Montgomery on their ass. I just need you to understand.
Yeah, and Ricky, we'll be the first ones to be representing you and make sure that they know that there are repercussions. Our frat brother, Dr. William Smith, the head of psychology at the University of Utah, calls it racial battle fatigue. How many more times can they keep doing this to black people and not expect us to have a visceral reaction? And so I'm with you 100%, Ricky. But what I want to do is try to prevent it as best we can, so we don't have to retaliate, because I feel that way, too. If they kill my daughter, I'm not going to be this mild-mannered Ben Crump that you see on television.
Right.
But we got to try to prevent them from killing our children. And what it is this radicalization of these white boys. This is domestic terrorism, and we got to call it what it is. I want to hear Trump. I want to hear DeSantis and them call it domestic terrorism, because, you know, if this would have been a minority or somebody of Islam, they'll be quick to say, oh, this is terrorism, this is terrorism. How many more white boys got to go shoot up minority communities before they call them terrorists, and they start treating them like they treat everybody else who dares come and shoot up America?
And then here they come talk every time it come to them. They talking about some damn mental health. Mental health, my ass. You knew how to put them damn bullets in that gun. You knew how to get in a car and drive to the location, and you knew how to do everything that you did. Damn them. Damn him. Damn his mama for having him. Damn his mental health. I'm going, hey, Ben, this might not
Well,
be,
you know what, Ricky? I want to add on to that, too, because there is some parental accountability, right? You're talking about he was Baker acted back in 2017, and if he's 21 now, then that means he was having issues when he was an early teen. So do you foresee any laws being changed to hold parents accountable because they should be more aware of what's going on?
They ain't going to change no laws.
Hey, Rick, but you know when the roles were reversed, they did charge the black parent up in Virginia when the child when they shot the teacher. And so we have seen when it's black people who have did crimes, they do hold everybody accountable. So I do want to look at that when we're retained by this family. That's one of the main things I want to see, because these parents had to know something was going on with their kid. They lived with them. How did they not know that he was on the internet talking all this racial cleansing and so forth? Because that's what they're doing in our HBCUs. We have to be vigilant now because they're looking for black targets. Our black churches, we got to be vigilant now because anytime, thank God to the security guard on Edward Waters College, because that was his target, Rickey Smiley. His target was to come and shoot up an assembly of black college students. And so right now, we got to more than ever educate ourselves. I'll say this, Ricky, before I let you go. I spoke at the March on Washington, and it's so shocking. We talking about the memory and the legacy of Martin Luther King, and then we have to deal with this type of violence. And then I spoke at Invest Fest the next day, and I told them that this next Civil War won't be fought in the traditional sense. It's going to be fought in the digital divide. It's going to be fought on the internet with this AI and all this misinformation and disinformation. We got to make sure our young people are not just paying attention, not saying anything wrong with trying to say what's the next Drake album or who went to Beyonce concert. No, we also got to be spending time on the internet talking about reparations, talking about how we make sure our young people are getting quality education now that they gutted affirmative action and higher education, because the only way we will win this war against these enemies of equality is to make sure that our children are more intelligent than those who would seek to oppress them. Because if we're intelligent, we're making sure our whole community is safe.
There it is, y'all. Hey, love you, man. Root to the good bros. More Rickey Smiley Morning Show coming up. I just want to say, black folks, man, we got to stick together. We got to stick together because let me tell you something. White silence is just as bad as the people that's committing the crimes. You understand what I'm saying? And if we can pack a Beyonce concert or pack anything else that we want to go to or any concert, those visuals should have been packed. We got to get out and vote, y'all. Not only do we got to get out and vote or whatever, we just not taking it no more. And I was so glad to see what happened in Montgomery or whatever. And there's some good folks out there. We ain't saying all white people are bad because it was white people that made videos about that. Just like black folks, we hate, and they hate people that misrepresent their communities also. And everybody don't go along with this and stuff with these gun laws and stuff, and they call themselves pro-life. But you sit up here, you let anybody go buy an automatic assault rifle, and they can go in any community, and then you want to scream mental health, and you don't want to call them what they are, which is terrorists, which they have been since damn near the beginning of time. And I said what I said, and I don't care who get mad, I don't care who don't let me sponsor whatever. I don't care. I don't care because I'm telling the truth. And I'm not saying nothing wrong, and nothing that I'm saying is not true. We tired, and we've been tired. And that's why we got to stick together, man. I'm not going to even start talking about crimes in our communities. We gonna get to that. But the difference is if somebody black shoots somebody black, they go into jail or whatever, and there's going to be consequences. Where are the consequences to when they do stuff. When that man went and shot them folks down in that church, police officers took him to Burger King. And we just tired of it for the color of our skin, just because of our bare existence. So I said what I said, and I meant what I said, and I'm going to always be on this. I'm right here. And I'm telling you something, I'm not marching nowhere. If you kill one of mine or whatever, I promise you I'm not marching nowhere. It ain't finna be no candlelight visual. It ain't finna be nothing. You can say whatever you want to say I'm promoting or whatever. I'm talking about me. I'm just talking about me. I'm not marching nowhere but to your house. And I said what I said, and I meant what I said. And that's it. I hate them. I hate white supremacists. I hate racism. And then they want to sit up there. Ain't none of these, all you black folks, my pastor said it. Kevin Bryant said it yesterday. Yeah, talking about all these mixed churches or whatever. Yeah, black people going to white churches, but ain't no white people coming to black churches. Pastor Bryant said it yesterday. He said he called it Exodus. We want to run over there to churches like Church of the Highlands. I ain't seen no white preacher, maybe one, denounce white supremacy. While we sitting up there watching TBN and Fox News, it's the same thing. Man, y'all better wake the hell up. All these white pastors talking about how they love God and all. Man, these white pastors can't tell me nothing until you denounce white supremacy and white hatred. I'll never watch now one of them on TV. You can't tell me nothing about God. Nothing.
You're right, Ricky.
You can't tell me nothing.
They claim to be Christians. So
right.
That
the
right
Ku Klux
there.
Klan were Christians. They went to church every Sunday. Then they put on robes and went out and terrorized black folks. I'm mad this morning. I'm tired of it. We got to sit up here. What? Dr. King is Dr. King and Malcolm X and Medgar Evers and Rosa Parks and all of the people that stood up and Emmett Till and Mamie Till. I'm getting emotional this morning. Did they die in vain? Did they die in vain? They died for us, just like Jesus died for us on the cross. They died for us. What are we going to do? Now take me off the radio. Y'all can do the rest of the show. Maybe I'm not good enough for the show this morning because I'm mad.
No, you're right, and you're being a leader. You're right,
up here
Ricky.
trying to go to Dollar General to put food on the table for their family, and then they go and innocent people, a lady 52 years old, and these people get mowed down by a hateful white supremacist. Damn dogs. Man, y'all better get me off this radio this morning. Y'all go and do the rest of the show. Y'all have a good day. Y'all do the show. Do the show. Do the show.
News headlines, entertainment, sports. It's the front page on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
25 minutes after the top of the hour. Good morning, RSMS family. I'm Maria Moore with your front page news. We continue to follow developments in Jacksonville, Florida this morning. Another mass shooting has claimed the lives of 3 innocent black people. The tragedy took place on Saturday at a Dollar Tree, actually a Dollar General store in Jacksonville, Florida. The gunman, a 21-year-old white man named Ryan Christopher Palmeter, carried out the shootings with an AR-15 style rifle. Now, prior to the shooting, the gunman had been turned away from the campus of Edward Waters University, which we know is an HBCU. An on-campus security officer asked him to leave after he refused to show ID. Joining us now, we have Jacksonville Sheriff T.K. Waters to tell us what's going on in Jacksonville. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, Sheriff Waters.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I want to ask you first, how are you doing? I know it's been very emotional. I saw you during the press conference and applaud you for your leadership, but I saw moments where you started to get emotional talking about what happened there in Jacksonville.
I tell you, I'm doing pretty well. It's very important to stand strong in public in front of the people that we serve, and we are doing well here. Our community is resilient, strong. Jacksonville's a great place, and we are going to get through this together.
So where does the investigation stand at this time, Sheriff?
We are this type of investigation is a little different from some homicide investigations. So we are starting from the point where all this happened, and we're going backwards. And we're uncovering new information every single day. So today, I have a briefing as soon as I get off the phone with you all, with my homicide team and my chiefs to go over what they've discovered overnight. There's some more developments coming, and we'll be releasing that at some point today.
Well, I know you'll be releasing more information later, but do you know if the school was put on lockdown? And why did campus security not detain him if they felt like he was a threat?
Well, here's what I want to tell you, and there's been a little bit of confusion about what happened there. So he went to that campus where he was changing into he was putting on his tactical vest or his bulletproof vest, his gloves, his mask, and then he closed the hatch of his truck or a small minivan or SUV or whatever it was, the Honda Element, and got him back into his vehicle. The security guard vehicle pulled up into the parking lot area, but it backed out. And when it backed out, shortly after he backed out, he left the campus and went directly to Dollar General.
Wow. So what are your thoughts on the gun laws? Like, are the gun laws too laxed?
No, I don't think so. Here's what I say, and I say this quite often. This is not a political issue. I've been doing this job for a very, very long time. I think people should be allowed to own guns. I mean, they should be. I think it's up to the system to make sure they check for any issues. But when it comes down to an evil man, an evil person, they use those as tools. They use different things as tools to accomplish their goal. So when it comes to gun laws, I believe we have some very effective laws. But much like drugs are illegal. I mean, fentanyl's illegal. It's a major problem in many of our cities. So guns being owned by prohibited people is illegal. And I don't think you can stop an evil person from doing something evil. And it's very difficult to tell what their plans are unless you can get a hold of what we found out after this event happened. He had a 2017 Baker Act situation, but he was 15 years old. So he went for a 72-hour evaluation. That was not put into a record anywhere because he was not in a position where he had to be committed. So that created a different set of circumstances. That, coupled with the gun laws and him being a juvenile, is the issue. So we have to do a better job of trying to track who gets guns. Prohibited people should not have guns. But, it's very difficult for me to speak about against an individual's right to arm themselves and protect themselves.
Right. Can I ask you about this time lapse? I know that it was revealed that he texted his father, I believe, around 1:18 p.m., telling him what was happening there and where to find the suicide note. And then the parents didn't call 911 until maybe 35 minutes later. What was the reasoning for that time lapse?
I don't assume very much, but the only thing that I can think of, it was very long. It was probably 27, 28 pages long. As a matter of fact, I haven't made it through the entire thing because of, this has been a very busy time.
Right.
But it was very long, and because of the length of it, I believe they read it. They were mortified by it. They contacted a neighboring county, which is Clay County, and that neighboring county contacted me. But by that time, the incident had already taken place.
Right. And you talked about working backwards with this case. With the shooter being dead, we know that he shot himself. What does justice look like in this case?
I think justice was done when he removed himself from this world. We would have much rather removed him, but he removed himself. But now we'll move forward, and we're going to work to try to get justice for the families. When I say justice for the families, is let them know that we are here for them. Let them know that they have the full support of my agency, the city, moving forward, and let them know that we're not going to rest until we try to find a way to try to stop this from happening ever again. The one frustrating part is we didn't have any 911 calls until the shooting started, and we have what we call shot spotter in the area to notify us of shootings that are taking place or gunfire that's taking place. That went off around the same time we got our first 911 call. Officers responded, entered the store, and he retreated to a bathroom or to an office where he never came out.
We're on with Jacksonville Sheriff T.K. Waters. I have a question. If they denounce white supremacy, has this been called a hate crime?
It has been called a hate crime. I think I said it day one. It's a hate crime. The FBI says it's a hate crime. And factually speaking, it is. Now, do I think that every white person is that way? No, I think he's an outlier. I don't think he represents people in general. I think he represents a class of people that we don't want in our society, we don't want in our city. So that's why we're working so hard to defend against it.
And what are authorities doing, or is there anything in place for you all to monitor these websites that spew hatred and inspire these type of violent acts?
We have an intelligence unit here that monitors all that stuff, follows different groups, and we're in a place in the United States where you have a freedom of speech or a freedom of expression. But when things rise up, whether it be anti-black statements or anti-Semitism or anything that's anti-groups of people that just have a right to exist and live, we pay very close attention. And if they cross a threshold where we can do something about it, we do.
Man, with Jacksonville Sheriff T.K. Waters, we thank you for taking the time to come on the show, man, today, and appreciate everything that you're doing in the community. Anything that you want to share, contact information, and if anybody in Jacksonville would like to get in touch with you and your team.
Well, JFRD.com, they have which is our Jacksonville Fire and Rescue Department. They started a site to help the victims, the families of the victims. It, quite frankly, was horrible thing to see. I don't want this to ever happen again. And if anyone feels the need to donate to those families, we would greatly appreciate it, and I'm sure they will. And I also want to leave this. Jacksonville's a wonderful city with problems just like every other city. But I'll tell you, we are a strong city. We're a strong community. And the reason you see me out, because I want people to know just how much this city appreciates the support. This city is banded together to fight these issues. We're not going to allow this kind of behavior in Jacksonville. If I have anything to say about it, we're going to continue to work. We're going to continue to work to make sure we can stop this from happening again.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for that, man. Sheriff T.K. Waters, Jacksonville, is very own. Appreciate you for joining the show. Coming up next, we got Mark Morial with the State of Black America and the Praise mixed down with Dwight Stone. That's up next on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, y'all. Hey, it's time for the State of Black America with the current president of the National Urban League, Mark Morial. Mr. Mark, good morning. I know you got some good stuff for us.
Hey, Ricky, good morning, and good morning to your listening audience. Good to be with you on the 60th anniversary of the 1963 March on Washington. Today, August 28th, 60 years ago, was that iconic history-making gathering on the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C., where the Big Six civil rights organizations came together to demand change in America. On Saturday in Washington, D.C., the Big Six, along with a number of other organizations, came together to both commemorate and make a commitment to the continuation of the work yet to be done. And while it was a celebratory day and a day of commitment to the continuation of the work, I must say that the day was impacted and affected as we left the march to learn of the tragic hate crime and despicable racist killings in Jacksonville, Florida. So this morning, we certainly send our thoughts and our prayers to the community of Jacksonville, to the family of those who lost their lives, and we condemn in as forceful a terms as we can this despicable new pandemic of hate that is sweeping America. This killer who killed himself had been radicalized. His hateful diatribe, as we heard the sheriff in Jacksonville say, was nothing but an irrational rant. So, Ricky, we gather at this moment not simply to commemorate and celebrate, but to continue. Think about the contrast. We were there in great peace to defend democracy, to demand diversity, equity, and inclusion, to work to defeat poverty. We were there, black and white, Hispanic, Asian, and indigenous, Jew, Gentile, Protestant, Catholic, Muslim, Hindu, all religions, all gender orientations, gay and straight. We were there on the mall men and women of all generations, of all races, to make a commitment to a future in this nation free of hate, free of violence, and that bends the moral arc of the universe towards justice. Today, I will be part of a delegation, including Reverend Al Sharpton and Martin Luther King III, Bernice King and the King family, and a number of civil rights organizations who will visit with President Biden and Vice President Harris in the White House to discuss the agenda that we must undertake to move this nation forward and to combat this pandemic of hate and to bend this moral arc towards justice. So I'll be proud to represent the National Urban League in that as we did. And I want to thank all who came out, all who watched, and all who are in solidarity with us in this work and in this fight. So Jacksonville is a tragedy, as was so many of these tragedies, but we are not going to be deterred in this work and in this fight. So I ask all to join in, be a part of this conversation. You can follow me on social media at Nat Urban League and at Mark Morial. That's on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, across all social media channels. And Ricky, thank you for lifting up this march and for continuing to lift up the cause and the work, civil rights, social justice, and economic opportunity. Your voice and the voice of so many on the radio is so important to this battle as a way of ensuring that our people are ready and our people are energized to do the work and do the fight. So thank you as well.
No, thank you, Mr. Mark. We appreciate everything you do. And, man, I have a whole lot to say about that whole incident situation in Jacksonville. And I'm not coming from Dr. King's theology, more of Malcolm X, man, because they dogs, Mr. Mark. And you're going to have to probably call me and talk some of this anger down.
We are indignant. We should be indignant. We have to channel our anger and not be defeated. And I know how you feel because I feel like you feel. But we have to channel our anger. Malcolm told us we have to channel our anger. Martin told us to channel our anger and channel our energy into change. It is absolutely unacceptable. And I think we have to condemn it and continue to condemn it. But, Ricky, we'll talk more about this, brother.
Yes, sir.
America's hurting today. The nation of people who are peaceful and
yes,
also who want justice, we're all hurting today, but we're also angered and indignant today, as we should.
All right, y'all. You've been listening to the State of Black America with the former New Orleans mayor and Louisiana State Senator Mark Morial, currently president of the National Urban League. Thank you so much, man. We love you, and I look forward to talking to you soon. More Rickey Smiley Morning Show coming up.